Hey, what's up, you guys, and welcome to another fantastic Tuesday here on Sex Talk with T.Graye on WEMS Radio. It is Touchdown Tuesday, you guys, and I got a banger for you. One of my faves in the game. He swear he's so damn funny, but he's definitely too clean for you guys. Baldhead Phillips is in the building, host of his own podcast, The Baldhead Phillips Show, and one of the best comedians out of the Shy. And he's also 1/4 of the Alpha Male comedy tour that has been ripping and running and doing that thing. Come on in here.
What's up?
What's up? I feel like my intro was lackluster. I felt like I needed more.
And that intro was fine enough, man. That was fine enough.
Running back.
Enough so child support won't attack me.
Oh, there it is. What's up? Welcome to Sex Talk with T.Graye. I'm so excited to have you on.
This sex talk, I swear to God, I thought this was a Bible type show.
So we can get into that. We could talk about the Lord. Okay. God did create sex. Hey, amen.
It was fucking in Genesis. They fucking like
amen. Amen. Okay, because how else did we get here? Not only did God make sex, God made the vagina just a wet, warm place to be. Just a wet, warm place to be. Just it's like a blanket. Just
if you're cold outside, it's somewhere for you to go and get warm.
So you guys, it is Touchdown Tuesday. And I know you're probably saying to yourself, well, T.Graye, what does a touchdown got to do with sex? But it could be so many different things. So tonight we're talking about the successes and the failures, okay? When you got that touchdown and when young shit, no. And we're also going to be talking about touching down. Once you come down from that high, or do we get high before we have sex? If anybody hasn't seen Baldhead Phillips before, if you follow his social media, you will see that he just got into eating edibles.
Yeah.
How's that ride been?
Hey, man, let me tell you something about that ride. It's been amazing. I couldn't eat one today because it's like certain times. Now, I started eating edibles because I have insomnia extremely bad. Mm-hmm. Like I could be up for 4 days and just up. I'll take these little naps, but I had on accident ate a edible cookie of my buddy's one day. He was making them. Mm-hmm. Comedian AC out of Memphis. Mm-hmm. I didn't know it was a motherfucking edible cookie. When he told me, I was like, nigga, I ain't never smoked no weed before. You got to call my mom. I'm probably finna die.
Listen, and Memphis drugs is different.
He was like, I ate it and we had went on about our day and I had forgot. And when that shit hit, man, it was an experience and I was able to remember everything. The second time I did it, well, that time I had went to sleep. I woke up somewhere. I didn't know where the fuck I was at. I was at this kid crib. She had some kids. They done wandered in the room. They want cereal. They asked me. I'm trying to figure how many niggas that came through your mama's house that want cereal that y'all don't know. But I feel like I was so high off that motherfucker. I wanted some cereal too. So shit, I had 2 new sons that day.
I know that's right. I know that's right. So you guys, prior to this show starting a few days ago, I did give Baldhead Phillips a challenge because I wanted to know what was that edible sex going to hit like. So I was like, look, bro, go on, just get you some before the show starts. So we could talk about this touchdown. But have you ever had an experience where you were high and had sex? And did you see or not see a difference? Have you ever had that experience?
You know what I had when I drank something one time, but no, I haven't. I haven't had no edible sexual experience yet. I haven't had it because it's like this with me. Mm-hmm. I know I can eat one of them motherfuckers and be in the house and be cool. Mm-hmm. But I don't know how I could be around other people. You know what I'm saying? I know one thing, it bring the truth out.
Yes.
Like I already tell the truth. I already am raw with what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. That's gonna be like 20 times worse.
So you don't get horny or nothing?
Hell no, I be high. I be trying to go to sleep.
Sometimes the high, especially not for me, but for people I heard, that sometimes the high, especially off the edibles, like you be ready. You be ready.
It's different with everybody. Different situations. I think edibles make people act different, but I think it's always a laid back experience. I have been on stage one time, destroyed the place. Didn't remember shit I said. And one of my friends, man, he rest in peace, Tyler Craig said, boy, you were so motherfucking high on that stage. I've never seen you perform like that. And I had to tell him that I wasn't by myself on stage. He was like, what the fuck you mean? I was like, nigga, it was me, myself, and all three of us was high.
So the moral of that story was, don't be on stage.
Yeah, the moral of that story was, hey, it was so crazy that when I got out and I thought about it yesterday, I was like, this is what niggas been talking about to me. When it comes to weed, see, I don't want to smoke no weed. I've never been a smoker. I'm not a drinker. I'll probably drink, like, say when we're around each other, it's your birthday, I'll take a drink. But I'm not, I've always been straight and narrow, but it's like now I'm older. I know I've been taking care of my responsibilities. So now I can sit back and be like, you know what? I'm finna get fucked up. And it's a chill. That drinking is not for me. I done drank, and then tomorrow I'll be having a headache, all of that old crazy shit. But being high just makes me sit back and chill and laugh, and makes me feel good, makes me want to go to sleep without any problem. The worst part about me eating edibles is I play Grand Theft Auto, and it's a lot of kids that be on there. And the kids, because of that game, be acting like they grown. I be like, me being the comedian I am, and they don't know it, man, I be firing their ass up on that guy. They be mad. I be talking about their mama. I be telling them, your mama sucked some dick to get this PlayStation. And it be because they done said some old foul shit like, fuck you, you sound like an old man. I sound like I'm your mama old man.
Yes.
Go in your mama room. I'm in your room, your mama room right now.
No video games will come for anybody. They don't have no age restrictions, none whatsoever. Hell no. But they not watching tonight, so hey, we gonna have some grown talk that they can't even get into. You guys, it is Touchdown Tuesday. So we want to get into when have you had a moment sexually where you just that was a touchdown for you, and did it shape or mold your ego one way or the other?
What do you mean a touchdown?
I mean, you hit that jump, and you got the touchdown, you got the field goal, all of that 2-point conversions. You was winning. Shit. You was winning.
A lot of times. Shit, but it was like my ego.
Yes.
It depends on, like, if it was the first time you was with a person, and when you got through, they looked at you with their hand up. Nigga, you did that shit.
Oh yes.
I had some nice high fives. I had me some nice high fives.
It is real.
If you done hit it right, I know for a fact that you could get away with a lot of shit. And it's a 2-part thing, though.
Okay, run it down.
You gotta lick it right, and you gotta stick it right.
There it is.
So if you got the double jump, you got the double bubble. it's certain shit that can happen to another nigga that didn't do that in public that happened. You like a motherfucker get loud with you in public. You like, if you done took care of that bitch, who you talking to? I'm just saying.
That is true. That is true. So as a female, I can wholeheartedly admit that I am guilty of that, but I don't feel like maybe that's a guilt. I am on good behavior when I get it right. Like, you don't have no problems out of me. Like, I'm just as easy going. I ain't got nothing.
Most of the time,
what you worried about? I don't know. Bus babe doing today, baby jumping off the building. He is yet. Well, he fucking.
Most of the time, that what it be, it either be she hungry and she wants some D and some L, some digging and licking, and some chicken. She might have some chicken and licking and chicken.
That's the trifecta right there. That's
right. At the same time, if you able to peep it, you hungry. Come on, let's go get some eat.
We're putting that shit on the shirt, you guys.
We're going.
Dicking, and licking. It's going on
chicken,
the shirt.
Licking and dicking. Chicken, licking and dicking. Keep your girl straight. But you know, it depends on, sometimes you can't go all the way with certain people.
Right.
Because certain people's mentality is not as strong as they urge. And you'll be up here with your ego like, yeah, I'll take care of this business. She like, yeah, nigga. And you gonna keep doing it. You look over there at that other one. Hey, what? Whoa.
So what about when we have the failures? What about when we lose the game? The other team is now winning. How does that then affect a man's ego in the bedroom? Or does it?
What other team?
So, you know, we were using football metaphors in here today. Okay. So if you're not getting a touchdown, I mean the other team is getting a touchdown. That mean they winning. I mean, you about to be goose egg, right?
me personally, I was taught at a younger age verbally by my father and my grandfather. I have a father, a grandfather, and a great grandfather. My grandfather and my father said the main thing that you need to do when it comes to sex with women, please them first. Let them get theirs. If you could give us a multiple get theirs, because we only gonna get one or two a night. You know what I'm saying? Unless you off some type of motherfucking medication that she gonna be looking back to, what's wrong with you?
That's that gas station pill life right there.
This motherfucker went in there and took an energy drink. Gas station pill. Motherfucker don't even know why his dick still hard Tuesday and it was hard on Friday. Great. Yeah, it's a situation. Sex. Let me tell you something. A lot of women ain't gonna want to admit it because a lot of women have been let down, and I don't think they've even been let down sexually. They've been let down after the sex. Like this dude has been so strong in the bed that his ego is like, man, I'm gonna do whatever I want to with this bitch. I got her now. You know what I'm saying? And that's how they feel. And the woman, she doesn't know that. She ain't been getting straightened out like this. I met a woman, you know, tell my own personal business. This woman had been married to one nigga for like 25 years. They broke up, bad breakup, all of that. Me and her got together in one night. She stepped outside her comfort zone and went to, and I had been seeing her, and I had been wanting her. Shit, when I got hold of her, I tried to give her all of the business that was to be given. When I tell you, she literally got on the phone and called her ex and cursed him all the way out. Like, nigga, I've never had an orgasm and been with you all these years. I've never had an orgasm. And
so that brings, and I'm sorry, you guys, I'm busy sharing this show right now, but that brings up such a fantastic point. There are so many people in long-term relationships who have been with the same partner. And again, I'm not condoning you all out there, thought and home, whatever. I'm not telling you to go do that. But it's so many people who don't have a firm understanding of their own bodies. And then that translates into the bedroom. Because now you've spent 20 years trying to please a person, yet you don't know what it takes for you to be pleased. You don't know what a real orgasm is. And then here you are all of a sudden having something and having this experience that you've never had before. And, you know, it's humbling because you think you've been having good sex. And then, oh no, I haven't for so long. And once you get to that point, you kind of have to take the time to not only begin to learn whoever your new partner is, but you should really take the time to learn yourself, especially for women. Once you realize that you're at a point that you've never had an orgasm.
How they gonna do that? You telling them this right now, but this is my thing. Like a lot of men have never been told directly what to do when it comes to sex. I got lucky. I had two cousins that were lesbians.
Mm-hmm.
They told me verbally about the eating game.
Mm.
So
Okay.
I be like, shit. I be looking at others like they be like, you can't lick her like I can lick her. Motherfucker, I was taught by y'all. Fuck you mean? Yes, I can.
So that's true. When we have these discussions about sex, now as parents, we tell our children about sex. We give them kind of the ins and outs, the rules, the regulations. For me, I probably go a little too in depth with my girls. I tell my girls a whole lot just about myself and my upbringing and how it affected my sex life and how I've grown, and but very rarely do we give a blueprint on how to perform in the bedroom. I think most of us feel like, hey, you need to learn the same way I learned. Go on and steal your mama's and your daddy's pornos and figure it out from there. But the reality of it is, it would help for a better sexual experience for people if we could have that form to just teach, to just educate, to just, hey, here are these tutorials, not by porn stars or whatever, but regular people showing you, hey, this is what sex is really like. This is what it takes to please a person. This is how you can try. And so when you say, I'm telling them that they should begin to learn themselves, but I'm not giving them the game. That's why you have this www.sextalkwithtgraye.com. You can go to my website, get all the sex advice you need. I do one-on-one consultations. But in the game of learning yourself, masturbation is important. A lot of women don't. Being able to understand the many different ways that you can ejaculate and being educated, understanding that we have multiple spots. So if you don't take the time to really educate yourself, not only sexually, but what your body is capable of, then you're always going to be in a blind about it. A lot of people think, okay, you're just going to get in there and bust that nut, and that's that. But I have so many different ways that I can come. I have so many different spots that I can come from.
You know what?
My erogenous zones.
You need to tell your women need to tell a man that. It's a let me tell you something what y'all be doing. Y'all be wanting us to find some shit that we ain't been in before.
Mm.
And y'all want us to find a spot that we don't know where it is. It's your spot. Why not let us know where you going to be pleased at? It's for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's for you. See, they be saying a lot of men are selfish in bed, and they don't. That's because you ain't told him. He does not have no detector to find out where your spot is.
Right.
You want to enjoy. You want to enjoy it. And I met so many women. So what do you like? Well, you a man. You should know. I know what I like to do to you. I want to know, how do you like it done? If I want this process to be precise all the time, you got to be a part of the process. Because just me showing up with this motherfucker in and out, left and right, up and down, what do you like? I don't know.
So the biggest piece to that puzzle is communication. Now, from the man's standpoint, of course, there's a lot of breakdown in communication when it comes to women, when it comes to us understanding what we want and then being able to convey it. Sex is not one-sided, you guys. So if you are in a situation with a man, woman, whatever the case may be, and they're open enough to ask you, hey, what is it that you like? What is it that you want? What is it that you need and or desire in this situation? You have to be able to answer that question. Your answer can't always be whatever you like. It's not that
comment. It's not that comment.
If says, if I tell you don't lick on me like you lick on others, my body is not like everyone else. Yes,
that's still confusing because I don't know first off, how you know I'm licking on others?
Let me tell you how a woman knows. So I'm going to tell you all, I'm going to break down the situation that I had in my life before, and tell me where I'm wrong. Guy goes down on me. Now he's going down on me in probably the most uncomfortable way in the world. What you ain't about to do is eat my coochie up like you fresh out, and that's the first meal you got. We're not doing that. So one that immediately tells me that the woman you were with before me, that's how she liked it, which is fine. But hey, while you're down there, that doesn't feel good to me. This is how I would like for it to be. I'm gonna give you an opportunity to adjust. If after 2, 3 times I done told you and you stood down there chewing on me, you got to get the fuck up. Okay, you got to go.
I feel like I feel like that's cool, but one way you probably can show a man is through kissing him.
That does not work.
That don't work. Well, it don't work for you, or it don't work for everyone.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't work. Now, see, that might be the language that you speak. Okay, and you could be, hey, above average, totally different than every other man out there. But that's probably the language that you speak, because a woman kisses you a certain way, how much passion she puts into it, how much tongue, how wet her mouth is. You know,
no. That's not what I'm talking about. That's not what I'm talking about.
Not talking about the passion. Not talking about.
I'm talking about.
Not talking about the slow, the fast. None of that.
Stick your tongue out and tell him which way to go on your tongue as an example of what you want on that tongue.
Okay, now that's interesting. Now, okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's the only way. That's the only way I can see that you. Hey, this is what I want you to do. I'm gonna stick this tongue out, and I want you to show me how you will be licking that tongue. And then when they do that, you say, no, it's not what I want. I want it over here. I want it. Tell a motherfucker, because all we gonna do is go. We're gonna go off of what we know. Now, what the weirdest shit is that a woman asked me one time before. And I kind of went off because I thought she was on some bullshit. She's like, well, how you like your dick sucked? I said, very well. What the fuck you mean? I don't know how to suck no goddamn dick. I ain't never been a dick suck. You trying to test me, man?
But see, that's the same thing. That's the same thing.
Yeah, but I can show you.
Able to communicate to you how she wants her pussy ate. But how you have to be able to communicate to a woman how you want your dick sucked. You know whether or not you want it sucked fast, whether or not you want it sucked slow. You know whether or not you want more attention around the head versus the shaft. I know a nigga that
I've never came like that.
On that one vein, that you know what I mean. Like some dudes want you to deep throat and want you to make it to you.
But listen to me. Me personally, I can never tell you because I've never came like that before. I've never came from here before.
Wow.
I'm sorry for the mouths out there, the cat. I've never had before. And my sister told me one day, if you ever find somebody to do that, you're going to snatch her arm off, take her to the justice of the peace.
But you know what, though? There are a lot of men who are like that. There are a lot of men that's just not.
So that's what I'm saying. How?
I want to know so bad. When you having sex, is your aim ever to try to come from the head? Like, has everybody ever had that mission to say, you know what, today I'm, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's like, it's a I can't even explain it. Cause I done told motherfuckers, and I don't give a fuck. I tell everybody in the group. It never happened. So I don't know. Then a motherfucker say, well, what is it that you're not doing? I'm not sucking the dick. So what the fuck is
you? So I think that's interesting though. But a lot of men are like that. A lot of men don't come like that. And so, I mean, it's okay to utilize the head as foreplay and finish another kind of way. You know what I mean? It's nothing wrong with that. But there's always going to be, especially if you meet a chick whose ego is outlandish, it's always going to be somebody who's going to take that as a challenge. You know what I mean?
I done had a motherfucker tell me, oh yeah, it does look good. I had a motherfucker tell me, oh, you ain't got to worry about that. I'm gonna change your life. No,
shit, this tie.
It's still the same. That motherfucker had to put her mouth in track. What's wrong with you? But we done been around. See, we done been around women that'll say they've never had it. And being older, you got women out here that don't want to go down on motherfuckers. But they'll let you go down on them. Them motherfuckers got me fucked up. You got me fucked up. If I have pleased you, why can't I please? Don't tell me you ain't ready for that.
That's definitely a two-way street. There are men who don't eat pussy, or that's not really their thing, but they want their
those people that don't do that, the women and the men should be put on one side of the earth and stoned to death every day. They are the reason why war is still out here. Some people don't believe the coronavirus. It's all those people should be put together.
And they all in one group. Get your ass.
Get your childish ass
that way.
Yeah. That is oral sex is a very big part.
Robbery.
Oral sex and foreplay are very big parts of sex, and it's very, especially a way to emotionally connect to a person.
Mm-hmm. So are those two things the same, or are they different? The foreplay and oral sex. Do you feel like they're different? Okay.
They're different, but I feel that they're both need. It's like you got to pay her attention, and you got to pay them parts attention. The titties, the back, the show. A motherfucker might like their ear. I don't know. Either way, you got to pay all of that shit attention. You got to take care of it, and then do what you have to do to get yours. See what I'm saying? A lot of men has just been with women that they go, oh, well, I'm gonna go on sticking in on her. Oh, thank you, baby. Thank you. So appreciate you. She ain't got shit.
Not a damn
thing. Especially the women that don't tell a motherfucker. If that happens to you, ladies, please listen to you. Listen to your big brother. If that happens to you, you have to have a conversation with this man. A very serious. I don't know if you want to talk to him while y'all sitting down at dinner, over the phone. You got to have a look, this is what I like. This is what I don't like. These are the things I need. And if he can't give it to you, then let him know. But give him a chance and give him some direction. Because every woman's body is different. Every woman is different. And if you really a real dude, you ain't fucking the same women. I mean, you ain't fucking this woman the way you fuck that woman. You got to get to kind of know her. You know, whether it be from a hug, whether it be from a kiss, however, you know, close conversation, you can tell. A lot of times, me, myself, dealing with a woman, I have to make sure that her body language is telling me, this is right, this is popping, I like what you're doing. And communicating on her that some women might, you know, it's a whole thing going on around here now that everybody eating ass.
Yeah.
It's the women that don't like the ass ate. And I think for two reasons. One, because after everything goes down, you still got to kiss a motherfucker in the mouth. Some sugar. I just came from back there. And I look at it like this. If you ain't confident in your cleaning system, you's nasty too. You's a nasty motherfucker. And I don't think I think it's kind of weird if he want to do it and you don't want to do it, then she gonna be looking at me like, this nigga's an old ass eater. Ass eater.
Oh, ass eating.
But it's some women out there that's gonna eat that ass too. Women's gonna eat ass.
Yeah, there are some women out there who do that.
Why you take that breath? Yeah.
Yeah, some women who do that. So, I mean, I'm totally transparent with my audience. I've done it. I'm not gonna sit here and act like, oh, I'm some saint and I ain't never, but I don't like it to be done to me. And it could very well be technique. When I tell people that, they were like, oh, you ain't had it right. Well, it ain't been right, never. So I don't like it.
Is it a feeling that makes you nervous? Or
no, this has never felt good to me. Like it's just never felt
Look,
good.
now the motherfucker that went up tossing salad.
Yeah, it's just never felt good to me. And I haven't had it done often, maybe 3 or 4 times in my life that I can remember, but it just never, not once was it like, oh my God, I want it again and it feels so amazing. It just feels like somebody slobbing down my ass. Like I didn't like it. I didn't. But have I done that in my life? Yes. 3 times. I remember each single one. And
well, congratulations. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. The first time I was a kid, though, you guys, like I started having sex early, and I think I was probably, I don't know, 14 maybe.
14.
Had to do
Ate your
balled up
ass
in
for
the fetal
14.
position.
Let me
He
tell
was
you something, man.
balled
I
up
don't
in
know.
the
Hey,
fetal
listen,
position.
I don't know if I'm gonna live. How old was this nigga?
He was 16.
Oh, damn. Who the fuck he been around? 16. I can tell you something, man. When I was 16, I wasn't even thinking about going down on no girl. The fuck? I remember my cousin that was talking about that shit in the garage one day. And I said, what the fuck is y'all talking about, man? It bleed down there. What's wrong with y'all? Some vampires? So my older cousin was like, you go get it one day. And so when I was 18 years old, I was fucking with this chick that had to be like 32. Man, that motherfucker gave me some head. I didn't come. But it was so amazing. I had to return the favor. That's disrespectful, not giving her what she needed. This lady done took care of me, had my eyes in the back of my head.
Was that your turnout? Was that you going down on a woman the first time? Was that your turnout?
That was my first, that was my first time. But I had already had that conversation with my two cousins that I was talking about. So I had been thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? I seen it on the little pornos and shit. And so I said to myself, when a motherfucker take me there, I'm going there. I'm going to dead the motherfucker's window. And I did, and she was shit. That 32-year-old motherfucker was coming around looking for me on 79th Street. Where's Baldhead? Where's he at?
Little boy.
Hey, like I see her now, she be laughing. She be telling her friends, boy, that boy when he was younger, he turned me out. I thought she turned me out. I was like, hey, all right.
That's so funny too, because the guy that happened with when I was 14, like we're still friends to this day. And I could always clown him about it. I don't, but Lord knows I want to from time to time. I really do from time to time. Well, but just that that experience. So definitely one, that's not necessarily a new thing. I think people are just being more vocal about it.
I hate when people,
you know what I mean? And I really don't think it's one of those things that's for everybody. Again, the reason why I can say, okay, it happened 3 times is because they were meaningful, long-term relationship situations. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, well, I'm just out here eating ass every day. It's not that. It's not like, all right, nigga, you just, you know what I mean? Just wake up in the morning.
Eating ass. What's wrong? What's wrong today? Gotta go eat some ass.
But when it comes to intimacy and when it comes to trusting the person's body, how clean they are, this, that, and the third, if you're somebody who's really into it and really pleasing your partner, there are things you can do, stuff that you can go to the store and get, what have you, techniques that you can use to clean that area sufficiently before you have that experience. So if this is something that anybody has been thinking about trying, or if this is something that you want to have done to you for the first time, my first suggestion would be to shave and or wax that area. Okay, that's
you supposed to do that to both of them.
Listen.
You ever been?
That's not on everybody's chores though. That's not on everybody's to-do list. So the last thing you think about is, oh, I need to get that asshole. Nah, get that.
Let me ask you this. I think it's safe to say, don't nobody like no hair in their food.
Nobody likes hair in their food, but I mean,
that's a place.
A lot of men like a hairy cooch. A lot of men like a hairy cooch.
Man, I was born in 1970. Nobody want all that motherfucker.
You was post hairy coochie though. So by the time you started fucking and shit, you was past that. But
no, I done had some hairies, but it's like you remember. First off, that hair is different. It's hidden. It's always. I don't give a fuck if a motherfucker walk around with no panties. You still got clothes on. You know, a pussy could taste like some jeans. Don't nobody want to eat no jeans.
So, you know, that soap and water work wonders, damn it.
It is 3 to 4 aisles in a department store dedicated to the freshness of a woman's vajayjay. Like we was on here explaining, there are a lot of women that don't know how to wash their shit because they was never taught. They were never taught, and I'm so serious. I'm 51. I done been with some of them, some of the best of them. It's like.
No, that is very true. You would be amazed that some men like it.
I'm not gonna be amazed. I'm not gonna be amazed.
But there are a lot of men who prefer that. I know one of my homegirls, we got into this conversation, and I mean, her and I at the time, we talked about everything, but she was a very hairy woman, very hairy, thick hair down there. Her husband absolutely loves it. You know what I mean? That's his thing. Some men, to really have a genuine essence of a woman down there, they feel like there has to be some hair. They don't want you too clean. You know, if you too clean or fresh out the shower, they want you run around the block first. You know what I mean? To kind of have a different essence. And so that can do different things for different people. I wholeheartily believe that.
Well,
I get that you for the bald head everywhere. I get that.
I got enough now, right here.
I respect that.
I'm going down now. I'm refilling you.
Yeah. So for your girl, like my preference is for my hair to be gone. But that's my preference because I've noticed that I come differently when I have a full hair down there. My sensation is limited for my clit. And so I don't prefer to have hair. But if I had a guy who's like, okay, well, this is my thing, I'd let it grow a little bit for him. I'd meet him halfway, but I definitely wouldn't be like inch thick. It definitely has to be your preference. But when it comes to feminine hygiene and things of that nature, you can have full hair down there and be totally clean. When you're washing your vagina, ladies, of course, you know nothing should enter your vagina. You should technically be washing your vagina with water, flat out. Now, are there a lot of products? Are there a lot of
power wash? Power
wash, exactly. But are there a lot of products? Are there a lot of things that you can use? Yes, but you do have to be concerned about your pH balance because once something enters into your vagina, it does have the possibility of affecting your balance. However, on the outside, and when you do have a full head of hair, you better put some soap down there, baby. You know what I'm saying? You know, little soap and water on the hair. Little soap and water on the hair ain't never hurt nobody.
Women don't think about this. A man's mouth, top mouth, bottom mouth, nostrils. We in there, right?
You in there.
She clean. It's all room for access of breathing, all room for access to tongue play. When you got hair, it slows down our fucking oxygen. You already got to deal with if you got a falupa. That motherfucker ain't over.
You got to move the fupa.
You got to push this bitch up. Hold it up right.
Okay, so ladies, that's why we open it up for you guys. That's why we put our hands down there and we pull it.
You ain't got to do nothing. You with the right motherfucker, you ain't got to do nothing. Lay back. But I need you to cut this motherfucker grass because I can't breathe. And if I can't breathe, you're not gonna get the full effect.
There it is.
So a lot of women don't even understand when they didn't sit up there and ain't clean, and they tell me he not doing it right. Bitch, he can't breathe. His oxygen is limited. And then if he is got that little spot, you want to grab a nigga head and hold him hostage right there. You're pushing more hair up the nigga nose. He can't breathe.
Killing y'all with murder happening right here.
Wait a minute. Wait, you like more? You said more? More? No, motherfucker, I can't breathe. I'm about to die. So the cutting of the hair is not always for you. It's for him to please you.
Okay, so let me get in my amen corner for a second. So since it's so important to you, are you then shaving your balls?
Yes.
Getting the gooch for us, because
Yes.
a lot of men, the expectation is that women perform all these additional things. But let me tell you what I don't like, since we on this hair kick. I don't like hair long enough to braid hanging from your balls. I don't want to choke. I don't want to choke on no hair. So if I'm in that mode and I'm giving you some bomb hair, and I mean I'm working everything you got, the head, the shaft, the balls, I'm licking it all. And I get down there and I'm licking the gooch and I'm making sure that everything is. What I don't want is every two. I don't. I hate that with a motherfucking passion.
I went and bought me one of them ball cleaners just to see what it was, and it's excellent. These balls are amazing. You ain't no hair, ain't gonna get, because the same thing like you saying, it's getting in your way.
Listen, my homegirl chimed in and said she's going to invent the fupa strap.
Y'all do that. It ain't gonna. That's not gonna hurt nothing. That's gonna enhance and help somebody. Do that. And then a lot of women be thinking that men care about the fupa. We don't care, especially we really don't care. Let me put you like this: the fupa ain't a problem till you can't see your shit. It's some women that ain't seen their shit since they was 3 years old, but they fupa is like a fanny pack. It's a fupa pack.
So, you guys, I got this fupa over here, and I can't remember the dude. He posted this video. He kept saying, like, put the fupa on me. Put the fupa on me. Put the fupa on me. And I feel like women, we should not be at a point anymore where, we're embarrassed by the fupa. 9 times out of 10, if you got one, it's because you done had some babies. Some of us have had C-sections. The fupa, we could get it down, but it ain't never gonna be gone 100%. But we could definitely work on that shit. We could work on it. 2 key ways to work on it, y'all. Just so for you all who don't know, get your ass down on that motherfucking floor. Do you some sit-ups with your legs open. Come up between your legs. Do some leg lifts with your legs open. Any ab exercise that you do with your legs open focuses on the fupa. That's a sidebar. Pay me later for that. But when you have this excess, it's so important to not only be cognizant of how clean you do have to keep yourself. I feel like we got to go that extra mile because it's there, but be cognizant of the wants and needs of your partner. If your partner got to get down there and he got the, you know what I'm saying?
Clean.
You gotta push all this shit up, push all this shit to the side. Let's just keep it real. Some of us are bigger than others. You gotta push all this shit to the side. The least you could do is clean your areas. The least you could do is be fresh. The least you could do is make sure that your partner.
I love when women are self-conscious to a point of, wait a minute, let me freshen up.
I like it when a man is self-conscious, because y'all niggas just be straight coming with the piss dick and think everything is all right.
No, I don't want to.
Got that food for big boys. Y'all got that tummy too. Y'all need to move.
I don't want to give anybody the piss dick, because high blood pressure is everywhere. Sodium, and with the penis, you get no sodium with this penis. It's a lot. It's a lot that people don't understand because they're not there, but it's happening to you. And I know I'm talking about women. Only way I'm talking about women because I deal with women. I don't deal with men. But me, myself, I got my ass whooped when I was 13 years old for being musty. And I ain't played that shit no more. And my mama whooped me for 45 minutes because I was musty at my auntie house. And one of the things she was saying while she was whooping my ass is, you think some girl gonna want to have your little stank ass musty balls and musty dick? I was like, I was just out playing. What the fuck? I didn't even fuck nobody, mama. But she got me in order. She got me ready. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Alicia Blackwell says, yes, drop it in the sink, man. Amen. Very true. teabag them bowls in the sink since y'all want to teabag shit. Teabag them in some soapy water. And Krista Ariane says that for the fellas to drink water, please, which is so important, you guys. We've been talking a lot about fellatio. We've been talking a lot about cleanliness, but let's jump on that for a second. Let's jump on the taste, because the worst thing in the world, okay, is you down there and you giving some massive just you in it, okay? You in it.
That's how you do it? With the,
yeah. And you in the dude bus, and it tastes like hot garbage. Smells like hot garbage. Damn near burnt off your eye, your ear, your lip. You want to throw up in your mouth a little bit. Drinking water is so important. It's important for the men and it's important for the women. It's important that, you get your fruit juices, you guys. You want to get your pineapples and your pomegranates and all of that. But the reality...
Pineapples. one salty nut. That's right. You don't want no salty nuts. You don't want no pea. It's all sodium. See?
Right. Sodium. Hey, Tasha Newsom. But the reality of it is, if men and women drink more water, it is so important to keep those areas and keep those pipes clean, so that when you do ejaculate, if you happen to ejaculate in a person's mouth, they're not getting that hot garbage, you guys. So just as important as it is for me to clean, for me to shave if that's my choice, for me to wax, whatever the case may be, that is all on the outside. Focus also what's on the inside, just for your overall general health. You do need to be hydrated well. And once you're dehydrated and people think that, oh, this is not going to affect my sex. Yes, it does, because your mouth is dry, your breath is stinking when you're dehydrated. It's that. Okay, don't nobody.
When I found out my breath was stinking one time.
Hey, don't nobody.
Snoring. I was sleeping, I was snoring, and I knew whole mouth was dry. And I was like, this shit together.
Yes. But it also affects your ejaculation for men and women. And I know some women, you might be like, oh, T.Graye, you saying ejaculate for women. It is. We do. We ejaculate about 5
busting in that.
Yes. When you bust, you still want it to be pleasurable to your partner. You don't want to gag nobody. So I feel like we've given some real game today. We got chicken, dicking, and licking. Okay.
Yep.
Uh-oh. Liquid chlorophyll is a great internal deodorizer. Okay, Kenya H.
What the hell is liquid chlorophyll?
Now, liquid
chlorophyll that shit that knock people out?
That's chloroform that knocks people out. So now you guys, look, Prophet, you in the back. We might have to Google this shit and pull it up on screen, because now Kenya done opened up a door that we didn't even know was out.
And she looked like she got on a lab jacket. She
got on a lab jacket. Listen, I'm about to start putting on a lab coat when I talk this shit to y'all. So y'all
make sure y'all look that up. Liquid chlorophyll is a great
internal deodorizer. So that means that it should be safe. I'm going to assume that because you're suggesting it, that it maybe does not throw off a young lady's balance. I don't know. We shall see.
Yeah, we don't want no funky ass pH balance, man.
Oh no, Kenya, your shit come with scratch and sniff. Kenya, how do we know? How do we know?
You know there's some situations doctors will tell you that if you ain't eating properly, you ain't eating right, you should not be ejaculating in your girl, because you got all of this other stuff going on. Mm-hmm. And that could throw off her pH balance right there. You got to eat right, because you got to think about it's leaving me and going into her. You thinking about, ooh, yeah, bust this nut. I don't want to pull out. But now you wonder why she got this little smell, nigga. It's your fault.
You know what though? You were touching on something, because so many men believe that they have zero responsibility when it comes to their monogamous partner having an episode of bacterial vaginosis. And
they do. They got a lot to play in.
Granted, women, we are sensitive. That's our most sensitive area. I'm one of those women who, if I use the wrong soap, I'm jacked up. I can't have no bath salts in my water. I can't. It's certain things that I know for me.
You. Let me tell you something. You motherfucking women with all of that particular shit is a goddamn problem. Science problem. Motherfucker can't put. Hey, baby, let me put this mild sauce on your pussy. Nigga, that's gonna break me out. That's gonna break me out. I can't have a mild sauce. And the only way she know it because she done had it before. You done fuck with some nigga that like mild sauce and chicken. But it's a lot of things. Some women can't use certain latex condoms. Some women can't, some women can't have certain shit. And you'll be like, man,
that is very true. So I can't use the entire brand of lifestyles. I don't care what lifestyles make. I learned that a long time ago.
Let me say something to you about lifestyles. Lifestyles ain't for no man that's packing. I got two motherfuckers.
So that's why I said I learned it a long time ago.
Right now.
I only fuck with Magnum type niggas neck. Coffee Ninja, where you been? Randomly for a couple years when the wife and I fucked, I messed up her odor, which is true, but it doesn't happen now. Okay.
He learned and he understood it. You see what I'm saying? So that's another.
Ninja. When you don't be in here in my comments, dude, I low key be missing you, but
that's another conversation. Another conversation that needs to be had.
No, but it is very true though. So when it comes to having sex, especially unprotected sex, the notion is that because bacterial vaginosis isn't specifically a STD, you can still throw off a woman's balance. You can throw off a woman's balance with head. The bacteria in your mouth can then transfer to her if you don't keep good oral hygiene. If you have multiple sexual partners, you think, okay, you had sex, you showered, you're fine. It's not that simple. If you have sex with woman A on Monday and then come around and give me the goods Wednesday, Thursday, that can then throw me off. And it is something like
the penis will capture shit inside the pee hole.
It does. Yeah.
And they think that peeing is gonna straighten it out. No, peeing don't straighten it out.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of shit you gotta know when you. Let me tell you something, man. There's a lot of shit you learn when you catch an STD. Caught STD when I was 16. Got every pamphlet about that motherfucker because my mama went with me. She came with all these pamphlets. Here, read this, motherfuckers. We ain't coming back in here again.
And do you know what though? There are still new STDs coming up. There's still new things happening.
This old shit that's still around. If everybody think because the corona done popped off, it ain't no more motherfucking herpes and no more motherfucking gonorrhea. Gonorrhea is still on the rise.
So Coffee Ninja says, do you think a guy can mess the woman's odor up if he eats her from back to front first? Hell yeah, Nick.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Now, and let me tell you why I say hell yeah. This circles us back to having good hygiene. So if I am not excessive with my cleanliness back there, then
Say that word again.
Excessive or cleanliness. If I am not excessive with my cleanliness back there, and then I allow you to eat my ass, whatever traces, whatever microscopic things that are back there around my ass, you are now taking them to the front and you're putting them inside my vagina and you're putting them around my clit. Now, everybody knows the way the clit is shaped. There's a little skin that has to be pulled back. It's shaped like a little micro penis if you look at it good. So yes, things can get down in there. Things can get inside. Can't she wash your body after? Yeah, you can wash your body after. Of course you can. But guess what? That doesn't necessarily get out everything. This is the reason why a lot of times they say to get up and pee after sex, because there's bacteria in your orifices that you need to urinate out. And I mean like immediately. I know you guys, a lot of times y'all want to lay up in the shit and it feels so good. Nah, get your ass up and pee. Because then you come around here hollering about you got a urinary tract infection and don't know why.
What you just said is true, but a lot of men don't understand. See, women, when they cleaning themselves, they can't wipe from back to front.
Right, we got to go front to back.
So if you're licking in that same, your saliva is going to be grabbed with it, everything on, and it's going to go up in there and cause a whole fucking problem. And you talking about the taste? If any man has went down on a woman, this I'm gonna tell you, this is how it's supposed to taste. Take the tongue that's in your mouth and run it to the back of your motherfucker inside your lips. If it tastes different than that, you done already ate the urinary tract infection.
You done already had it.
Yeah, it's a no taste. It's supposed to be no taste. Some motherfucker, it was kind of salty. It tastes like chicken. Nigga, you got all type of shit going on in your mouth that you don't even know about.
Indeed.
Absolutely nothing.
So this Zach G on YouTube watching us said, I could tell that your chicken needs seasoning. What you saying, bro? What that mean? He said, big batty guy, good evening. So one, I know you not from here, but hey, boo. What you gotta explain to me what that means.
Yeah, please explain what that means.
Chicken needs seasoning. Fuck does that mean?
That sounds so wrong. What we just said, it ain't supposed to taste like nothing.
What that mean?
This
somebody need to get
lemon herb. He wants some lemon herbs and spices.
We said chicken, dicking, and licking. That's it for this show, you guys. Hashtag that, okay? Just understand. We're going to start that. It's going on the shirt. Me and Baldhead going to make money off of this.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. I'm talking about some Netflix and chill, chicken and bacon.
Hell yeah. In this order.
Yeah.
Feed me, lick me, stick me, and put me to sleep. Hilarious.
We'll check your mouth, sir.
Krista is on one tonight. That's one of my closest friends. Shout out to you, Boo, for being amazing and supportive. I appreciate you chiming in.
Much love, much love.
So, Baldhead Phillips.
Yes.
We about to get up out of here, bro.
I'm glad that I was here. I'm very glad that you checked me on the motherfucker IG. It's like, nigga, you ain't see my email. I know you seen that email. I was like, I don't want no trouble. But yeah, this is a great show. This is informative. And it ain't no, like, we talking about real shit that needs to be talked about and brought to the forefront. You know, especially when you're in a relationship, you gotta communicate.
Yes.
You want to communicate financially, you got to communicate sexually.
There it is. Got to communicate. You need to be aware of your cleanliness. You need to be aware of your levels of hydration and chicken, dicking, and licking. I feel like we've schooled some people today. I feel like we have. Okay.
We're done. We got it.
Our job is done. So before we get out of here, I do want you to tell the audience everywhere that they can find you and what you got going on. Okay,
you can follow me on my social media, Comedian Baldhead Phillips. Comedian Baldhead is Baldhead. Instagram, Facebook. Follow, like. I have a podcast that I do also called Baldhead's Podcast. On my podcast, we talk about all type of different topics and different things. The number one thing is your opinion matters. No matter who you are, you will not be shut down. You won't be downgraded. We're going to have a good conversation. We're going to get to the point, or we're going to agree to disagree, however it is. I got some shows coming up. They will be on my social media. I got a character that I'm working on called Grown Baby. And Grown Baby
is hilarious.
Oh yeah,
hilarious. I should have sent one of the videos, and I'm sorry, you guys, but you guys got to go follow him to get caught.
Go follow me, and they can also go on Grown Baby's Advice. He has his own Instagram page, Grown Baby Advice. He's giving grown advice from a baby's point of view.
It's too funny, you guys. So also, I do want you to share a little bit about your Alpha Male Comedy Tour. So for dynamic comedians, of course, Baldhead Phillips, if you are avid watchers of my show, one of his co-hosts or one of the other gentlemen has also been on, and Ray Grady is probably one of my faves. You just tell everybody real quickly about all the guys.
The Alpha Male Comedy Tour. The Alpha Male Comedy Tour is just of me. It's Ray Grady's big dream that we all pushing and following. My man Antoine Scott is on there, and my man Larry Lancaster. We got DJ Sidekick is our DJ. He's also on there. And another one of our members passed, my man Tyler Craig. He passed, transitioned on. But the Alpha Male Comedy Tour is basically we giving perspective as men that have sons, men that have daughters, men that are financially stable, unstable. We giving all type of aspects. Alpha Male Mondays, we come up with a lot of topics and we talk about it as men. We have a lot of shit talking going on too, but we get to the point on whatever topic it is, and we just trying to bring men back to the forefront, also bring back masculinity, not letting it die, because they say it's too much toxic mess. No, that's what men's supposed to be men. And we trying to teach motherfuckers as far as grooming, as far as keeping themselves in order, letting everybody know that there are still men out here, and a lot of things that we the men that's going to control the situation. So the alpha male. I'm kind of the violent one in there. I'm violent.
You're a little different.
I cut them off. Push a motherfucker down, tickle a motherfucker. I'm gonna get my point across.
Yes. Coffee Ninja hit the nail on the head. He says he loves this guy. He thinks that we are making men weak, which I'm gonna be quite honest with you as a female, because I'm on the outside looking in. I'm not a guy, but I do believe that society has kind of dumbed down the position of the man. I feel like society has really diminished it and has taken away.
I think it's just the black man. I think it's the black man.
It is black men to an extreme, but I feel like men in general, it definitely across the board is something that should really be looked at. The other thing I do want you to kind of touch on for the audience is your comedy over depression. One, for people who aren't in comedy or who don't really have a firm understanding, comedians 9 times out of 10, most times, their therapy is their stage.
Yes.
Comedians you think that are so, they rich, they famous, they this, they funny, they da. And the person they are off stage is not what you get. That person off stage might be really going through something. That person off stage it might not be the most stable, whatever the case may be. But to be able to take whatever you're going through and laugh at as a gift doesn't mean that what you're going through is any less real because of who you are, because of the fact that you're a comedian. But just touch on that for just a second. The
Alpha Male Comedy Tour, my Alpha Male Comedy, I'm not Alpha Male, the Comedy Over Depression Foundation that I'm starting. And it's because at one point in time, and sometimes I suffer from depression. I didn't really know how to break through with it and talk to people. I didn't even know I was depressed. That's the reason why I started it, because I had lost my brother. My brother, he was a comedian. His name was Floyd J. Phillips. He was like my hero when it came to comedy. He passed. He had some kidney issues. When he passed, I went to his funeral, and a week, the beginning of the next week, I lost 7 friends. All from Chicago, gun violence, and it was a lot of things going on. Us being men, we supposed to suppress a lot of shit. You're never supposed to see us cry. You're never supposed to see us do this. But if you holding in all that shit, somebody gonna get it. Somebody gonna get it. I didn't have the depression of I wanted to kill myself. I found out I had the depression of I might kill me a motherfucker. So I had to sit up and really think. And one of my friends noticed it. He was like, "Man, you ain't been yourself lately, man. What's up, man? You good? Seem like you kind of off." I was like, "Man, shit wrong with me, man. Got a lot on my mind." But he said, "Man, you might be depressed." I was like, "Nigga, I'm a motherfucking gangster. I ain't never depressed."
Right.
He said some funny shit, but it was really, he said, "You ever watch a gangster movie? And the gangster be sitting there and he looking in the wind and it be some music playing. That motherfucker depressed." I was like, "Get the fuck out of here." So I started researching and reading. It's a lot of shit niggas don't do. And I found out, damn, I'm depressed. And then I was like, everything that I was doing, I was still feeling that. except for when I went on stage. When I went on stage and I had enough time to do what I had to do, to talk, make people laugh, and people asking questions, and it just felt so amazing. I was like, whoa. So I came up with comedy over depression.
Right.
This comedy helps me, and with it helping me, it's helping me help y'all. Because laughter is medicine. Everybody needs laughter. I don't give a fuck what you're going through in your life. If you laugh at something funny, that problem might still be there. But you would be like, man, this shit ain't as bad as I thought it was.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of people going through shit, and I thought my shit was heavy. My shit wasn't nothing. So I came up with it. And with Comedy Over Depression, I'm going to be throwing a lot of shows that are going to gear towards putting mental health and depression and anxiety and things to the forefront so people could understand this shit is real. It's a lot of people going through a lot of shit. It's a lot of people going through depression, emotion, and all of that shit. And they don't really know what they're doing. They don't really know how it's affecting them. And it affects somebody else by somebody else dying, somebody else being physically hurt. I tell people now, be kind to people. You never know what somebody going through. Yeah. You never know what somebody going through. A motherfucker could shoot up a place because you said something not knowing how far they took it. So you got to be mindful of a lot of things that's going on in this world now. And that's my way of trying to curb a situation. You know, I got a lot of work to do.
Indeed. Indeed. So you guys, this has been phenomenal. Thank you so much, Baldhead Phillips, for joining in with me on Sex Talk with T.Graye.
Thank you guys for having me.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. You guys better make sure you follow your girl, if nobody else, at the Love Below _ Sex Talk with T.Graye or at the T.Graye. And if you need that sex advice, you want to grab some merch, you just want to see what your girl is up to, www.sextalkwithtgraye.com will take you to each and everything. Y'all buy my shit.
Shit.
No, but seriously, if you definitely need that sex advice, that one-on-one, that is exactly what I'm here for, trying to educate, but also bring a laugh to it. This has been phenomenal. Next week, we got another dynamic show, you guys. So I will be right here next Tuesday live with WEMS Radio. See you later. Bye-bye.
Thank you.